Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
The seaside town of Grimsby voted overwhelmingly to leave the European Union, but now Brexit is on the horizon. It's being accused of avoiding the reality. Faced with the prospect of hefty tariffs and import duties, it's now asking for special dispensation for its vital seafood industry. Remainers say they're deploying double standards, as our North of England correspondent Kieran Jenkins now reports.
370, 75, 80...
In Grimsby, they're beginning to seriously worry about the price of fish.
40, 40, 40 you out now.
This is one of the biggest fish markets in Europe, and almost all the produce that comes in here is imported. This area voted 70% in favour of leaving the EU. But since then, the falling pound has pushed up costs, and now there's talk of a hard Brexit or even a no-deal Brexit, and worst case, import duties of up to 25%.
So, a plan has been advanced that would protect Grimsby from some of the consequences of the Brexit vote that the town so enthusiastically embraced. It would mean a special deal that would cushion this industry in particular from the impacts of high tariffs on importing seafood, for example. It's led, predictably, to the charge that Grimsby wants to have its fish cake and eat it.
The idea is to make Grimsby a free port. So when the UK leaves the EU, for customs purposes, Grimsby would leave the UK. So while the rest of the UK might incur import tariffs, goods could enter and re-exit the port of Grimsby tariff-free. The tariffs would be deferred until the goods left Grimsby for elsewhere in the UK.
So we've got ships arriving every week from Iceland.
Its backers say free port status would boost manufacturing. Products could come and go without ever officially entering the UK for customs purposes.
The very nature of a free port means that you would have a separate deal to whatever the customs arrangements are in the UK post-Brexit. So you are asking for an exemption. You're asking for a special package.
Well, I think we are asking for a package. We're asking for a package of things that can continue to make Grimsby the place it is today in terms of seafood processing.
Can you see why pro-Europeans have looked at these ideas that you've been putting forward and are saying, well, that's a bit rich, when Brexit was exactly what Grimsby and many in the fishing industry asked for?
Well, we have to do what's best for Grimsby. And I don't know what was in the mind of the voter when the voter in Grimsby or anywhere else across the whole of the UK voted for out. But we are where we are today, and we are intent on making sure that we keep Grimsby competitive.
The owner of this port and 20 others is also in favour of free ports, not just for Grimsby and not just for fish. But you need only look around here to see why the idea's taken hold. There's little sign of fishing in Grimsby anymore. This is now somewhere that imports fish, processes it and moves it on.
250, 55, 55, 250.
Early morning at the fish market, built in part with EU funds, they have other worries. There's the prospect of customs delays post-Brexit.
Yes, Charles.
90% of the fish sold here actually arrives by land from the Nordic countries through mainland Europe.
Let's not slow down the delivery of fish. Fish is a perishable product.
If somebody could wangle you, though, and opt out from whatever customs arrangements follow leaving the EU, would you be pleased with that?
Yeah, of course we would. We want, if we could stay as we are, you know, let's face it, we want free imports, or free flow of imports, export.
The market's chief executive is not backing the free port plans.
Well, I see the bigger picture, and UK Fisheries needs to agree so that there's something for everybody, because the whole idea of quotas and the management system has to be on a UK basis, and it can't be done in isolation. So we have to collaborate as an industry and work together to get the best deal.
Now, there are those that say this isn't about exemptions, but an opportunity that only arises because of Brexit. The sort of deal that's being talked about here wouldn't be possible under EU state aid rules. But it does presuppose the hardest of Brexits, which is something that many people here actively support. Now that we sort of know a little bit more about what Brexit might mean, are you as enthusiastic about it for this industry as you were?
Yes, it can only help. thing about Brexit is the quota for the British fish will jump quite considerably.
There's bullish talk of making tariff-free deals with the Nordic countries, but the truth is nobody knows what to expect or what the catch will be. Kieran Jenkins, Channel 4 News, Grimsby.